In today's news, third person arrested following irregularities within His Majesty's Customs Tsunami exercise on March 23rd. Today is World Water Day, and NDP plans to renegotiate contract with BiWater and introduce a road maintenance unit. Of viewers, these and more stories when 284 News return.
There are many ways to enjoy life. Like so many ways to count on Popular.
There goes my new car. Guess I'm back on my bike.
Your bike? CG offers new car replacement. Remember my monster truck days? Well, one night I attempted a 50-foot pogo double backflip. I landed it and went to karaoke. It wasn't until afterward that my car got hit by that fisherman. He gave me some great mahi-mahi though. Anyway, they paid fast and got me in a new car. Now call a cab. I want you to meet my alpaca guy.
New car replacement for the first year of ownership. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
Welcome viewers to the Wednesday, March 22nd edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. While leading today's news, a male was arrested and later released by the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force on Tuesday pending further investigations on suspicion of fraud at His Majesty's Customs. Well, this was confirmed in a media release from the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, which said several irregularities were detected within the Customs Department, which have resulted in the arrest of 3 persons whose identities have not been revealed. What the release said, and I quote, "Well, this latest arrest brings the total to 3 persons detained in relation to irregularities within Customs. To date, 8 warrants have been executed with 3 of the warrants on vehicles. But so far, no charges have been laid," end quote. But the police said no further information can be released at this time as the investigations remain live. Well, just last month, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force arrested a 56-year-old customs official on suspicion of breach of trust. But a male whose identity was also not revealed was subsequently released pending further investigation. But the Virgin Islands is set to participate in a tsunami exercise tomorrow, March 23rd, 2023. Where the exercise aims to simulate a tsunami scenario and test the territory's emergency response systems, including its communication systems and evacuation procedures. Well, the exercise is being organized by the Department of Disaster Management in collaboration with local and regional partners, including the Caribbean Tsunami Warning Program and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the United States Geological Survey.
The tsunami exercise is an important opportunity for the BVI to assess its level of preparedness and identify any areas that need improvement. The exercise will test the response of key agencies, including the police, fire department, hospitals, and government officials to a simulated tsunami event. It will also test the effectiveness of the territory's early warning systems and evacuation procedures. The DDM has been working to improve the BVI's disaster preparedness and response capabilities. The department has developed a comprehensive disaster management plan and has been conducting regular training exercises to ensure that emergency responders are prepared for any eventuality. The tsunami exercise is a part of the territory's ongoing efforts to enhance its disaster preparedness and response capabilities. It is also an opportunity to collaborate with regional and international partners to share best practices and learn from their experiences. This exercise is expected to take place in several locations across the territory, including the mainland Tortola, as well as the islands of Virgin Gorda, Anegada, and Just Van Dyke. The DDM has advised the public that the exercise is only a simulation and that there is no real tsunami threat to the BVI. Carib Wave will test public sector coordination as well as local and regional emergency communications. Community participants are encouraged to identify their safe zone and evacuation routes, practice walking to high ground or inland together, and discuss with colleagues and relatives how they plan to get in touch after an emergency. If a tsunami or other threat occurs during the exercise period, the exercise will be terminated. For 284 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
While today the world celebrated World Water Day, a day dedicated to raising awareness of the importance of fresh water and advocating for sustainable management of water resources. World Water Day 2023 is about accelerating change to solve the water and sanitation crisis. In a statement on the observation, the United Nations said, and I quote, "Dysfunction throughout the water cycles undermines progress on all major global issues from health to hunger, gender equality to jobs, education to industry, and disasters to peace." In 2015, the world committed to Sustainable Development Goal 6 as part of the 2030 agenda, the promise that everyone would have safely managed water and sanitation by 2030. But right now, we are seriously off track, end quote. Water-related issues such as water scarcity, pollution, and climate change are becoming increasingly urgent and require action at all levels. Governments, businesses, and individuals all have a role to play in ensuring that water resources are managed sustainably and that everyone has access to safe and clean water. But this World Water Day is an opportunity to recognize the importance of water and to take action to protect and conserve this precious resource. By working together, we can ensure that water is valued, managed sustainably, and accessible to all. Moving on, viewers, where leader of the National Democratic Party, Marlon Penn, says if elected, his government will seek to renegotiate the existing contract with BiWater and introduce a road maintenance unit to thoroughly repair the infrastructure of the BVI's roadways. Penn made the announcement last weekend during his party's launch of candidates for the upcoming general election. Well, he said the current contract with BiWater is costing taxpayers too much money since the government is paying for more water than needed.
One of the cornerstones of long-term development and crystallization of our vision is to put in place the right infrastructure. Starting with water, the giver of life. My fellow residents, we must acknowledge the mistakes of the former VIP administration, paying BiWater for 2.3 million gallons of water per day that we could not use. What we truly need and what my government will deliver is a comprehensive national water and sewage distribution system and a recognition and a renegotiated the ridiculous rates that we pay to produce water in this territory.
Well, as it pertains to the road infrastructure in the territory, Penn said by introducing a road maintenance unit, it will gradually address the poor roadways across the territory.
Our roadways infrastructure is also a critical area of focus. We will prepare our entire road infrastructure to much higher standards and on a phased basis, but we must also maintain them on a full-time basis. A National Democratic Party government will establish a dedicated maintenance of roads unit responsible for all aspects of road maintenance, including bush cutting, mirror cleaning, signposting, guardrail painting, pothole filling, street light repairing, replacing, street light painting, and much, 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 much more. Frankly, our roads should quite literally and figuratively be reflective of who we want to be and where we want to go as a country.
Well, the 8th District candidate also spoke on implementing greener measures in the territory involving solar energy and solid waste management.
We envision a Virgin Islands with alternative energy sources as a top priority. We will implement already developed plans on wind and solar energy, which will reduce your energy and living costs. We will clean up our BVI once and for all. We will strengthen the laws to enforce having a cleaner environment, including prohibiting the storage of derelicts and the storing of derelicts and imposing shorter time frames for removal of derelicts and boats. And we will institute stronger fines for not complying. We will institute specially designed and properly kept bulk waste dump sites in key communities. This will make it easier for you to properly dump and sort your bulk waste.
Well, up next, British millionaire charged in relation to the death of Frandie Martin Jr. BVI Red Cross hosts 28th Men's Health Exposition and Prostate Screening, and VG listed as #1 most Caribbean's most beautiful. But these are more stories after a word from our sponsors. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Melvin Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites.
It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on popular.
Andy, turns out I'm allergic to the Australian veggie spread.
Ooh, thankfully CG will cover you anywhere in the world. Remember when I went to Australia for my title fight? Trust me when I say you do not want to get in the ring with a kangaroo. It wasn't until my victory dinner with the Sultan that I realized top shelf caviar doesn't agree with me. But I was covered. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm teaching your cousin how to use a flamethrower. Woohoo!
Medical cover anywhere in the world. CG Insurance. Good like that.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Welcome back, viewers. Well, the boat owner charged in relation to the October 2021 deadly boating accident that resulted in the death of local Frandie Martin Jr. has been revealed as British millionaire Graham Stanton. Well, the identity of Stanton was revealed in a newspaper article by British media, The Mirror, on Monday, March 20th. Well, according to the article, Stanton, who is charged with manslaughter and with failing to render assistance after a collision, is the son-in-law of Tory peer Ian Macpherson, who holds the title Lord Statcaron. Well, Stanton is the second person to be charged in relation to the death of Martin. In an official statement by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution in April 2022, the office informed the public that Andrew Morrell was arrested and charged with manslaughter and causing serious injury to a person while on board a vessel, along with failing to render assistance after a collision. Morrell was subsequently granted bail. Well, a media release by the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force on October 19, 2021 outlined preliminary findings from the investigations carried out by the police, stating, and I quote, "Sometime after 6:15 p.m., two motor vessels collided in the water outside Prospect Reef. On board, a 40-foot monohull with the name Blue Bio was a captain and 4 passengers, while on board the other, a 35-foot contender with the name Yaya, was a captain and 2 passengers. It added, the 3 persons on board the Yaya received severe injuries. Frandie Martin Jr., a resident of Fat Hogs Bay, subsequently died of his injuries. But the 2 others, a male and a female, are presently receiving treatment at the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital. Of the 5 on board the Blue Bio, 2 minors were treated and discharged, and a female continues to receive treatment at the hospital. But that's what the statement said at the time. Well, according to the UK media house, the boat Blue Bio has since been repainted and renamed following the accident. Providing more details on the matter, the Mirror stated that Stanton was reportedly trapped following the collision and, I quote, did not realize anyone else had been thrown overboard after he rescued his children from the water, end quote. Moving on, viewers, the director of the BVI Red Cross, Miss Stacey Lloyd, recently spoke about the upcoming Men's Health Expo and prostate screening, which is now in its 28th year. But the event will be held on Virgin Gorda on March 25th at the Catholic Community Center and on Tortola on April 1st and 2nd at Cedar International.
Awesome. And, you know, awesome partnering with Harneys. They jumped on this from the beginning. They contacted us and they were like, listen, this is something that we really want to support. This falls in line with our corporate responsibility. So I really want to just thank Harneys for their partnership. And it's not just the monetary part. Their employees are actually going to be on site providing support. And so we welcome this partnership. The dates for the fair is this Saturday, believe it or not, March 25th at the Catholic Community Center from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. and 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and on Tortola at the Cedar School from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Well, this year's event is in partnership with Harneys, along with a number of contributing sponsors.
These persons are Joma Property, who has been supporting us for a number of years, Hunt & Co., of course, Cedar International School for providing the venue. We have Alco Gal, Kendall's, Smith's Gore, Osiris, Lions Club, Rotary Club of Tortola, Unite BVI, and we have always partnered with the BVI Diabetes Association, Walkers, Martin Kinney, Top Priority Security Services, Speedies, and National Bank, and also Caribbean Insurers. These are all of our partners, and we are so happy to have them. Without these partnerships, we would not be able to have this fair.
Well, Lloyd said that she was proud to have the event continuously supported by the community for all these years and encouraged women to rally around their men to get them to come out to the screening.
It's amazing to see that this program has continued over 28 years and we have been able to impact lives, specifically men who may have otherwise not known that they have prostate cancer had it not been for this fair. So it's such an amazing feeling to know that after 28 years, we can continue to give this service. And I'm happy to lead the effort, and our volunteers are just happy to have an opportunity to give back to the community.
Well, it is open to men ages 40 years and older. Additionally, a number of various health screenings will be conducted, such as prostate screening, cholesterol, blood glucose, COVID-19 testing, as well as the administering of the COVID-19 vaccine.
One of the things with prostate cancer is that it is one of the most treatable cancer if detected early. Now, if it continues to linger and not be treated, then it becomes problematic. And so having this health fair every year allows men to have that early detection. So if there is something that's problematic, we can refer you to a specialist and you can get the treatment soon.
Well, the director of BVI Red Cross took time to encourage family members, spouses and friends of men to come out to the event. Well, Lloyd also took the time to thank and highlight the many sponsors.
I would encourage all family members to encourage your male husbands, brothers, cousins, whoever they may be, to attend the fair. It's free. And we're not only doing prostate cancer screening, we will be doing HIV testing, glucose, blood pressure, cholesterol, eye examination. We will be doing dental checks. We will be doing a refresher for first aid. COVID testing, we are trying to get the vaccine on site. So it's not just about prostate cancer, it's a holistic approach. It's also about education, it's about awareness.
Well, to our final story before the break, the territory boasts 2 spots on Travel and Leisure's 17 of the most beautiful Caribbean islands list, which implores visitors to add stunning islands from across the region to their must-visit list. Well, taking the #1 spot on the list was the island of Virgin Gorda, which was highlighted for its pristine beaches, history, nature sanctuaries, and the baths. But also on the list at number 10 was Necker Island and Mosquito Island, which are both owned by Sir Richard Branson. They were highlighted in the list as among the Caribbean's loveliest. Well, up next, 2nd District candidate says head coach still calling the shots, no green in 2023. World Down Syndrome Day 2023, and Global Money Week 2023. But these are more stories when 284 News return.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this thing like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hot. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Angie, how can I get my claims paid quick? Rent's due next week.
CG processes 99% of claims within 5 days. Remember when I was hang gliding with those goats? I caught a gust of wind and flew right into a moving car. Every appendage was in the cast, and they paid fast and fairly. That's what I get for trusting a man with a mustache and an eye patch. Now I gotta go. I'm meeting the guy who bedazzled my toes.
99% of claims are processed within 5 days. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Well, welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Well, former Premier Andrew Foy is being accused of still calling the shots behind the scenes and running the country. Well, these claims were made by Honorable Melvin Turnbull, 2nd District candidate under the Progressive Virgin Islands Movement Party. Well, he made a statement during the party's recent launch and admonished the people of the BVI to not support the Virgin Islands Party, stating, "No green in 2023.
And the other one, who is very dear and near to my heart, I call her mother, she calls me son, and her son and I are close friends. My brother and her son are very, very, very close. And this is a community, but what I don't understand, and somebody got to help me to understand this, because them say rumors, strong rumors, people talking. That head coach, oh, head teacher, no, head coach it is. Head coach make a call in the Congress and tell them they must run. So let me know, Lord Mother, you mean you listening to the head coach too? Even from where he is, he's still running our country. He's still interfering in our affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to, and we got to put them out.
Well, Turnbull referred to Foy as head coach, a name that became synonymous with the former leader since written affidavit scripts were released allegedly referring to Foy as the head coach after he was arrested in Miami in April 2022 on drug trafficking and money laundering charges in connection with a sting operation in the BVI. Well, Turnbull further outlined that during the VIP Congress, the head coach allegedly called in to convince an individual who is not on the ticket to run for office. But while not naming the candidate, Turnbull stated the following.
It is no way that you're talking about this country that has been embarrassed on the world stage, that has been led to a COI, that has been had to deal with our premier who went away on government business, and Madam Speaker, instead of other government business, he moved on to other business without a second. He didn't get second, and he moved on to other business, and now still can't come back for me trip. And these are the type of people. When I said it in the Honorable House of Assembly, these are the people that you want to tell me you weren't there, that you didn't know, that you didn't hear, you didn't smell, you didn't see, you couldn't use your voice.
While insinuating that members of the Virgin Islands Party are hypocritical and were not aware of the dealings of former Premier Foy, Turnbull employed the residents to put the Virgin Islands Party out.
And now you want to come back and telling the people that you A mistake. Mistake. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. One time is a mistake. 2 times, you're willful. 3 times, you're worthless. And for your worthless and willful behavior, what we gonna do? Put them out. Nothing green in 2023. Vote out the Virgin Islands Party and restore it with this blue team under the leadership of Ronnie W. Skelton, who has proven leadership, who has not been arrested, accused, or started a criminal charge or court case for anything that deals with mismanagement or anybody, for the matter of fact, on this stage who is standing there. We are people of integrity. We are people of transparency. And we are the people who believe in the best hope for this country.
Well, yesterday, the world celebrated World Down Syndrome Day, a day dedicated to raising awareness and understanding of Down syndrome and advocating for the rights, inclusion, and well-being of people with Down syndrome.
Down syndrome is a genetic condition caused by the presence of an extra chromosome. It affects approximately 1 in 800 births worldwide and is associated with intellectual disability and certain physical characteristics. This year's theme was With Us, Not For Us, a message which is key to the human rights-based approach to disability. Around the world, there were numerous events and activities that took place to commemorate World Down Syndrome Day. In many countries, landmarks and buildings were lit up in yellow and blue, which are the colors associated with Down syndrome awareness. In support of the observation, staff of CCT and To It For Media threw their support behind the Lots of Socks initiative. The aim of Lots of Socks campaign was to raise awareness of Down syndrome among the community. The idea was to start a conversation, so when people ask you about your socks, you tell them, I'm wearing them, to raise awareness for Down syndrome. The United Nations has recognized World Down Syndrome Day since 2012 and has been a strong advocate for inclusion and rights of people with disabilities, including those with Down syndrome. The UN has designated 2021 to 2030 as a decade of action for sustainable development goals, which includes a commitment to promoting a full and equal participation of people with disabilities in society. World Down Syndrome Day is an important opportunity to recognize the diversity and contributions of individuals with Down syndrome and to advocate for their rights and inclusion in all aspects of society. For To It For News, I am Jacka Wooding.
Well, Money Matters BVI, the financial literacy education program at the BVI Financial Services Commission, will again take the lead in the British Virgin Islands celebration of Global Money Week 2023. For more on the story.
Money Matters BVI, the financial literacy education program at the BVI Financial Services Commission, will again take the lead in the British Virgin Islands celebration of the Global Money Week 2023. Global Money Week, which is organized by the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development International Network on Financial Education, is a global awareness-raising campaign on the importance of ensuring that young people from an early age are financially aware and are gradually acquiring the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and behaviors necessary to make sound financial decisions and ultimately achieve financial well-being and financial resilience. The Global Youth Initiative has grown steadily since its initial launch in 2012. GMW expects to mount participation this year from over 5,300,000 children and young people and has support from over 16,000 organizations in some 176 countries worldwide, including, of course, the British Virgin Islands. The coordinated effort will see a variety of activities taking place, from financial literacy fairs, financial education workshops, and public debates to visit to financial institutions. This year, MMBVI has partnered with over 15 local financial institutions to enable over 500 students from schools around the territory of the Virgin Islands to get behind-the-scenes access and information that will broaden their perspectives regarding the importance of money and what it can facilitate for individuals, businesses, and the economy. The BVI public can also look forward to an exhibit to students, competitors, banks prepared for MMBVI annual Piggy Bank pageant. GMW W will launch on Monday, March 20th with a digital opening ceremony streamed from Paris. The celebration will run through March 26. This year's theme is Plan Your Money, Plan Your Future. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the BVI Financial Services Commission, Mr. Kenneth Baker, again emphasized the importance of messages reinforced by Global Money Week, stating, and I quote, "At the very root of what the BVI represents as a premier global financial center is the need to understand how money works and the range of products that are available in the financial market to allow both businesses and individuals to achieve their goals." Mr. Baker also added, and I quote, "This is why it is so important for the Commission's Financial Education Unit to use opportunities like Global Money Week to continue to inspire youth toward becoming more financially aware individuals." 284 News, Ron Grant.
But that's all we have for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
Looks like Johnny's ex-girlfriend finally found my car.
You've got CG. You're fine. I'll never forget the year those monkeys stole my car. They drove it over a cliff, burned the seats, and carved the words pineapple banana smoothie into all the doors. And that was after they used it for the bank heist. I don't blame them. It's their favorite smoothie, and I refuse to share the recipe.
No deductible for theft, malicious damage, and more. CG Insurance. Good like that.